Hello friends, I am Professor Shivaji Walke. In previous session of strategic business management, we have seen about what is organizational appraisal. Organizational appraisal is an process of monitoring internal environment of your organizations, or organizational appraisal is an process of evaluating internal environment of your organization for the purpose of to finding the strength and weaknesses of your organizations, which may affect on your organizational objectives and goals. Now, for finding the various strength and weaknesses of your organizations, we have certain methods and techniques. These methods and techniques are divided into three categories, which are internal, comparative and comprehensive analysis. Okay, so we'll start with internal analysis. First one, VRIO framework, that is value, rare, immutable and organized or organizations. Does your products or does your services is adding the value to your final customers? Does your products is an rare in nature? Is there is any substitute to your products? And how you are effectively organizing or your organizations? Okay, it tells about this VRIO frameworks. The next one, value chain analysis. This we will discuss in next time. Then quantitative analysis. It talk in the terms of quantities. Today we have produced 500 units of products. And next one, qualitative products. Today we have produced 500 units of products, but within this 500 only 495s are meeting the standard of that products. Okay, so this is an qualitative analysis. So internal analysis consists four types, which are VRIO, then value chain analysis, qualitative and quantitative. Then next one, comparative analysis, means comparison between two things. Yesterday we have produced 500 units of products, and today we have produced 510 units of products. So it gives the comparison between your past and present. Okay, means how we have performed in past and how you are performing today. Okay, then industry norms. Industry norms means what? Now suppose you are producing some automobiles or some automobile instruments. Okay, now you are producing 500 units of bike, and your industries is producing 510 units of bike with an same quantity of resources or with an same resources. Okay, so this is an industry norms. Okay, industry means what? Industry is a bunch of companies or list of companies which are producing same kind of products. Okay, then benchmarking. Benchmarking means what? By setting the standards, means we supposed to be produce 500 units of products only, means not less than this 500 units. You can produce more than this 500 units, but not less than this 500 units. Okay, this is about the comparative analysis. It consists historical analysis, how you have performed in past and how you are performing today. Then industry norms means as compared to industries, how you are performing. Then benchmarking means after setting the standards or after setting the one limit or after setting the one point, means above that points how you are performing. Okay, then comprehensive analysis, and that by considering the some key factor ratings, means giving the some marks or some rating to the some key factors like production, marketing. Okay, in production we have performed very well. In production we supposed to be produced 500 units, we have produced. Okay, now in marketing we supposed to be market 500 products. Okay, so if you have marketed these 500 products, then we can say key factor ratings. Okay, or we can mark this marketing department also, means considering the only major department. Then by hiring some business intelligence systems or through this business intelligence systems. Then balance scorecard. giving the score to the some department or some points. Okay, for production, for marketing, then for HR, for finance. Okay, even for small activity you can score that mark. Okay, then now value chain analysis. Within the internal analysis we have this second system or second method, that is value chain analysis. Sometimes it called also VCA. This VCA is an process where firms identifies primary, that is major activities, and support activities which add value to the final products. Then this analyzed to reduce the cost and increase the depreciations, that is margin. Okay, so this VCA identifies some primary activities and support activities. Okay, now by adding these two activities, company has to produce some products in by reducing the cost or by increasing its differentiation or profits, that is margin. Then this method is an assessing the strength and weaknesses of organizations based on understanding the series of activities it performs. So it assessing or it helps to finding the various strength and weaknesses during the series of activities or during the performance or during the actions or activities which are taken place in companies. This method was developed by Porter on the year of 1985 for objective purpose. Then Porter divided this value chain of manufacturing organization into primary and support activities. Primary activities consist directly related to the flow of product or related to the production of the products, means up to reaching to the customers. Okay, directly flow of the products from production to final consumers. And support activities consist providing the supports to this primary activities. Okay, now this diagram. Okay, now we have 5 primary activities in this way, which are inbound logistics, operation, outbound logistics, marketing and sales, and services, which we have to perform in marginal way. Okay, and we have 4 support activities, which are procurement, technology development, then human resource management, and firm infrastructures, which we have to manage in effectively manner or in differentiation, that is margin. Okay, if they ask for question for writing details for value chain analysis, that time you need to draw this diagram. Okay, primary activity consists 5 activities, which are inbound logistics, operation, outbound, then marketing and sales and services. This is supposed to become in this sequence only. Okay, then support activities consist procurement, technology development, human resources, and infrastructure, and here margin. So we will explain one by one. Inbound logistics are concerned with receiving, storing, distributing the inputs to the products and services, means reaching the it about the backward linkage. Okay, receiving the products or receiving the raw materials to the companies and distributing the various department. Okay, include the activities like material handling, stock control, then transportations. Okay, then storage. This included in this inbound logistic. Inbound means coming into something inside. Okay, that is raw materials. Then what point we need to consider, that is soundness of materials, means quality of that raw materials. Inventory control systems, means how effective you are controlling your assets and liabilities. Then efficiency of your raw materials warehousing activities. Okay, these points are supposed to be considered during this inbound logistics. Okay, then operation transforms. Now we have received the products in inbound logistics. Now operation transform. In this we are going to transfer these inputs or material into final products through the various process like matchings, packaging, assembling, or processing, or testings. Okay, so we need to consider the various points like productivity of your equipment or productivity of your machineries, as compared to your competitors or as compared to your industry norms. Okay, then appropriate automation and production of access, then effectiveness and control system to the improve quality and reduce the cost of that process, then efficiency of plant layout and workflow designs. Okay, plant layout means what? It tells about the which machinery should be the where's the place of the each machineries, and workflow design means how the process is supposed to be taken, either this way or this way. Okay, so this is about the operation transform. In operation transforms, we are transferring into inputs into final products through the various process like machining, then packaging, assembling, testing, processing. Okay, then outbound logistics. Now we have processed products, our final product is ready. Now after that we will collect the products, store that product, distribute the products to the up to the final consumers. This comes under this outbound logistics. Okay, means what? The flow of the products from company to the final consumers. Now in that we are supposed to be considered the timeliness and efficiency of delivery of your finished products to the final consumers, then efficiency of your final finished products goods in warehousing activities. Okay, now in inbound logistic we have received products. Okay, then operation we have perform the task and convert that product into final products, and in outbound logistic we have distributed that product from company to again final consumers. Okay, now fourth one, marketing and sales. Now this department or this activity needs to make the consumers aware of the product, or make the consumers for using our products. Okay, then make the consumer for unable to purchase your product, use your products. Okay, that is sales administration, advertising, selling. This comes under this marketing and sales. Then some point need to be considered like effectiveness of your marketing research teams, then the identification of your target customers, means who are your target customer, what they want. Okay, means what kind of trends or what kind of fashions is going in markets. Then innovation in sales and promotion advertisings, then evaluation of alternative distribution channels or about the distribution networks of your companies, then motivation and components of your sales force teams. This comes under this market and sales. Market and sales, how a company has to look after means create the awareness within your customers. Okay, or make the customer to purchase your products and retain about your products. Okay, then for that they need to conduct the various market research, then advertising, then motivations for within the consumers for purchasing the products, means look after for this 4 P's of your products, means okay, means deciding your distribution networks, then motivation and competition of your sales force teams or sales persons. This comes under this sales, marketing and sales department. Then service activities. Service activities are even after selling your products, they help in improving effectiveness and efficiency of primary activities. Okay, means prompt action against your customer complaints, means even after selling your products also you need to keep attention on your customer complaints. Then appropriate of your warranty and guarantee of your policies, then ability of provide the replacement part and repair service to the final customers. This comes under this service activities. Okay, now in inbound logistic we have received products or raw materials or materials. In operation we have processed that products. Then in third one, outbound we have move that product from company to final consumers. Then in marketing we have tried for generating the awareness or making the consumer about the purchase of the products. Then in last one, sales service activities, we have trying to keeping that customer for long time, for paying the attention to consumers complaints, warranty, guarantees and other issues. So this is about the primary activities. Now support activities. Support activities are indirect activities or which are just supporting these primary activities. First one, procurement. This is the process for acquiring the various resources input to the primary activities or bringing the various things to the companies, like even your finance, even your resources or your materials, then your marketing materials or your HR teams or your human resources. Okay, bringing that means what you are essential for that production purpose, we are just procuring or bringing. Okay, it point need to consider like sources of your raw materials, means how time they are giving the products to you, then cost and quality of that raw materials or quality of that resources. Then procedures for procurement, means what kind of procedures or what kind of ways for procuring the various kind of resources. Then relationship with your reliable suppliers, means the person who is supplying the various inputs or resources which might be the tangible or intangible to your companies. Okay, then technology development, it tells about the technology in your organization. There are the key technologies attached to different activities which may be the directly linked to product within the process with an resources inputs, means how effective you are, how efficiently you are using the various kind of technology in your organizations. Okay, so point need to consider like the success of your R&D developments, means regarding the cost regardation or regarding the product restructuring or regarding the deciding the various strategies. Okay, then the quality of your libraries and other facilities, then ability of work environments, then qualification and experience of your technical science. Okay, this also tells about the technological developments. Then human resources, and as it tells about the what kind of human resources, if you want to increase your production, is there is need to recruit it, then promote it, or managing training development and rewarding the your human resources or personal resources to the organization. Then in that point need to consider like effectiveness of your recruitment training processes. Okay, then appropriateness of reward systems or then relationship with an trade unions, then level of employees motivations and job satisfaction. This point need to consider in this human resource management. Okay, then firm infrastructures, it tells about the what kind of facilities or services are available with an. Okay, the point need to consider like coordination and integration with the various infrastructure or facilities. Okay, then the level of information systems, then the quality of planning systems and timely and accurate information environments. So this is about the value chain analysis. So today we have seen about what is methods for organizational appraisals. These methods are divided into three types, which are internal analysis, comparative analysis and comprehensive analysis. Internal analysis consists VRO, that is value real immutable organization or organized. Then value chain analysis, quantitative analysis and qualitative analysis. Then comparative analysis consists three types, which are historical, industrial and benchmark. Then comprehensive analysis consists key factor and ratings, then business intelligence systems and balance scorecard. Now within this all systems or methods, we are going to study only value chain analysis. Value chain analysis consists primary and support activities which add the values to your final products in a margin way or in a less cost. Okay, now it tells us during the series of activities or during the actions consisting various strength and weaknesses. Okay, this method was developed by Porter in the year of 1985. Okay, he have divided all activities into two categories, which are primary and support activities. Primary means what? Which are leads to directly flow of products from company to final consumers, and support are just sustaining for primary activities or for effectively working of these primary activities. Okay, now this one value chain analysis consists 5 kind of primary activities, which are inbound, operation, outbound, marketing, sales and services or after sale services we can also say. Okay, it's supposed to be done in marginal ways or in effective manners. Okay, inbound logistic means what? Receiving of material, stocking of material, inventory controls is comes under this inbound logistics. Okay, then operation means what? Converting your inputs or converting your raw material into final products by the various processing mechanism and assemblings and other activities. Okay, then outbound logistics, it consists the movement of products from company to final consumers. So in that consists inventory, then distributions, and then warehousings. Okay, then marketing and services, marketing and sales. So this department has to look after the various activities like creating the awareness about your products within the customers, then make the customers for purchase your products. Then it consists also sales teams, then sales administrations, promotion, advertising, sellings. Okay, then finally services means after the purchasing of products, your product by any consumers, you need to keep that customer for long terms. Okay, that time you need to give the various after sales services like warranty, guarantee, then product performance, okay, repairing and anything else. Okay, so with these major primary activities we have another 4 support activities which are procurement. Okay, procurement means what? Assembling the various things to the companies. Then technology, what are the various technologies or what are the effective manners or the various different kind of technology in research and development department. Then human resource management. Okay, it's recruiting the any new persons or more, then promotion, demotion, then giving rewards. This comes under this human resource department. Then finally firm infrastructure, what are the different facilities or infrastructural facilities available within firms. So this also we need to manage in effective manner, in marginal manners. So this is about the value chain analysis. Okay, this is an very important. This method was developed by Porter on the year of 1985. So this is about the today's session. I hope you understand. If not, please ask me. Thank you.